See son, at first you were just too sick to be at school, so you came home, thinking it was just the flu, but your mom and I were way wrong. Came to my house on the weekend, just like you normally do. One minute you were cool, and the next minute you couldn't even eat food. You were throwing up everything and dry heaving all through the night. I stayed up with you, just holding you to make sure that you'd be alright. I can still hear your mom's voice calling me, crying her eyes out, saying he has diabetes. What are you talking about? No way. And how did he get this? To be honest, I didn't want to believe it. The doctors tell me your sugar levels were the highest that they've ever seen it. 975. How is he still alive or not blind? I can't even explain to you, son, how hard that I cried. When it hit me, it's almost like it hit me all at once. I started thinking about all the different things we did together in the last months, just wishing that I was there for you, to be right by your side. I was stuck in the middle of nowhere at work, without a ride. I went right to my voicemail and started listening to your messages, telling me that you love me and how much you wish that you could hug me. I never felt so hopeless before in my whole entire life, and every time I go to write this song, son, I choke up and cry.
Sometimes it's alright to be afraid.
It's okay.
Maybe everything will be okay. Inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid. Maybe everything will be okay. Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes.
Your mom sent me a picture text on the phone and it was so shocking. You were lying in a hospital bed with IVs and things all over your body. They started giving you insulin and there was no way for them to stop this. Blood sugar was dropping so fast, going in and out of consciousness. Words could never even describe the pain that I felt inside, or the fear that I felt not knowing if you were gonna end up staying alive. I just kept thinking about all the years that I was locked up and away from you, remembering how I felt at the time and the things that I wanted to say to you. I remember when me and your Uncle Doug got to the hospital, you were so happy. The whole time that I was there, you were just smiling and staring at me. There was like 10 different doctors that were standing all around you. They were talking to us, telling us every little thing that they knew about you, saying everything's gonna be alright, but for life he's gonna need insulin. It felt like my heart started beating and I could actually breathe again. Tomorrow you guys gotta go to class and learn about type 1 diabetes. In the meantime, here's a bunch of papers, you might want to read these.
Jeez. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid.
It's okay.
Maybe everything will be okay.
It's gonna be alright.
Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid. Maybe everything will be okay. Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes.
So we go to these classes and learn so much different information on what to do with you no matter what happens in any situation. Some of the things the doctor said, I didn't want to believe her. She said if your sugar levels get too low, you'll probably have a seizure. Now we're watching you for the first time drawing blood on your own fingers. It was the saddest thing I ever seen, knowing that you're so afraid of needles. I could see it in your eyes as well as feel it from across the room. So brave and courageous for doing something that you were so scared to do. They told us about a certain phase called the honeymoon stage, where your pancreas would start working again and your sugar would be all over the place. It was so scary for me to watch you go all the way down to 34 and bounce right back up to 350 by the morning. Literally all over the place. One minute you're about to faint and the next minute you can't see straight, and then bam, all of a sudden you're okay. Poking your little fingertips so many different times a day that you got bruises on them from sticking them over again in the same place. And that look on your face from even being too scared to go to sleep, and being 8 years old and not being able to eat what you want to eat. I gotta tell you, son, you're the strongest kid that I've ever met in life. Just watching you walk with pride so alive and your head held so high.
Sometimes it's alright to be afraid.
It's okay.
Maybe everything will be okay.
It's gonna be alright.
Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid. Maybe everything will be okay. Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid.
It's okay.
Maybe everything will be okay.
It's gonna be alright.
Not only can I feel it inside, I can see it in your baby blue eyes. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid.